the air pressure down in these tires because they know how much pressure they're going to build over a long run, and that will make a driver feel loose.
Yeah, and of course, these tires don't have interliners in them like we do at some of the super speedways, and so that even makes the tires even feel like more of a big bowl of jelly when the pressure is low. And I know folks are probably saying, well, so why do you start them so low then? Well, you start them low because we're going to get a tremendous amount of buildup from the heat. And you see here, Casey Kane in the 5 working on Mark Martin in the 55.
I think to support what we're talking about, we're looking at our scoring monitor. We're here on lap 9, and every lap keeps getting quicker. It's because the air pressure is coming up in these tires. Now, eventually, it's going to cross the fence, and you'll start to lose grip because of laps on the tires and too much air pressure.
And eventually, being in about a lap or two, Jimmie Johnson is going to catch Tony Stewart for the lead.
So, Larry, if you lead Daytona, you got negative points coming to the next race. What is your mission?
Go up there, lead this thing, and go to victory lane.
And get all the points you can.
A new view from Clint Bowyer's front bumper as he runs in 16. Welcome back to Phoenix. 16 laps in. There's the reason for the first caution of the day. Jimmie Johnson had taken the lead from Tony Stewart, and in the back straightaway, Clint Bowyer had cut down a tire on his number 15 Toyota. So pit road is open for the first caution period of the day. Matt?
And Tony Stewart making his way down pit road. His car, he said, was very good on entry, even better on exit, but a little bit tight across the center. They're going to make an air pressure change and go left side tires on this stop. Steve.
Matt, we expect Jimmie Johnson to take just left side tires in that number 48 car, left sides only.
Larry, a little bit of strategy here.
Well, the reason they're changing left side tires only, Chad Canals, Jimmie Johnson's crew chief, told me we're seeing a lot more left side wear than we are on the right side. This is a very hard tire, doesn't have a lot of grip.
Mark Martin took no tires. He's the first one off pit road. Under caution in Phoenix.
The Subway Fresh Fit 500 on Fox is sponsored by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buns.
First caution of the day for Clint Bowyer. 10 drivers stayed out. One of those, Robbie Gordon, just pitted. So that leaves, without having made pit stops, Kevin Harvick, Casey Kane, Regan Smith, Jeff Burton, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Busch, along with Brad Keselowski, Matt Kenseth, and Jeff Gordon. Ready to go green to complete lap 20 of 312. Double file restart. Everybody's still on the lead lap. One car off track. Michael McDowell, the Glendale, Arizona native, is taking his car to the garage.
Really wasn't surprised to see those top 10 or so drivers stay out.
Whoa! Casey Kane just smacked the heck out of the fence coming off turn 4.
The number 5 of Kane expected to contend today, and now the pack will work its way past him. We are still green as Kane tries to get to the bottom of the racetrack.
I know I gave you a couple of woes there, but he lost it, then he caught it, and then it shot right out in the fence. Did a lot of damage.
Kane was the second place car. He now drops to 42nd and will come to pit road. There's Casey Kane.
Now watch him, Mike. Larry, he comes up off the corner. The car gets loose right there. Almost spun it. That was my first bull, and then that was my second one. And he's lucky he didn't get run over from the rear, but that did a lot of damage to that race car. And he's on pit road.
He actually hit that pretty hard with that right front, especially. Our winner from the November race.
I'd say that's got garage written all over it.
Kane has come to pit road for service. He'll lose a lap or more as we continue under green.
As we go back and think about the cut tire on Clint Bowyer's car, the 15, low air pressure, particularly in that right front. If you get it too low, it'll tear that tire up.
Steve?
Mike, a lot of people in the garage thought this could be a winning race car. Kenny Francis, the crew chief, saying get all the sheet metal off of the right side tires. You see them banging out the sheet metal over what would be the right front tire with a lot of damage to the right side.
Car on the wall, turn 4. It's Clint Bowyer. He's He's in trouble for the second time.
He's cut down another right front.
When you cut tires down that often and that close together, that's normally something rubbing the inside of the tire possibly.
Yeah, it could be a sway bar arm. That happens a lot. That arm sets real close to the inside of the tire. It could be a brake duct, but something's cutting that tire down.
Now Boyer gets down to the apron without incident, so we continue under green. And two of the early favorites in this race, Casey Kane and Clint Boyer, laps down with cut tires. Off in the distance, here comes Boyer. Second red car.
And there it goes. I mean, that's just a cut down tire. Didn't hit the wall very hard, but it did do pretty significant damage.
And Darrell, when that right front tire's down, that steering wheel's useless. It won't do nothing but go straight.
Inside.
Well, you heard the tire go down. Sudden air loss is Goodyear's turn. Dick Berggren.
Well, it's possible, Mike, that the splitter, which was damaged in that early flat tire, did the deed here. It was sort of dragging underneath the car, and the crew did not get an opportunity to fix it. But two flat right fronts, one after another for Clint Boyer.
Boyer and Kane are both on pit road. Two drivers who are both with new teams this year. Two drivers who both have tremendous dirt track experience and were expected to contend here. Steve?
Casey Kane just radioed and said something is broken in this suspension. Kenny Francis thinks it's a sway bar arm on the right front. Now he's saying upper control arm, and the lower control arm is bent as well. Mechanics got the hood up now.
Steve, not surprised as hard as he hit that wall.
And I looked at the car coming down pit road, Larry, and the right front is tilted all the way in almost to the engine.
And so Kevin Harvick, who led 107 laps in the Saturday race here, is out in front. Now have a look at Dale Jr. here. He's got some damage to the left front corner.
Yeah, you can see the damage on the fender right there, Mike. And he's gotten into somebody and buckled that fender and has pushed it down on top of the tire.
Of the cars that made pit stops, Jimmy Johnson restarted 14th. Man, he's fast, Dale Jr.'s teammate. From 14th to 6th since the restart. So to set it for you, it's Harvick at the front. Regan Smith in second. Denny Hamlin third. Kyle Busch in fourth. Two Chevys and two Toyotas. The best Ford in the race is Matt Kenseth, and the best Dodge Charger in the race right now is Brad Keselowski in 8th, followed by A.J. Allmendinger 15th, and Robbie Gordon.
The fastest car, running the fastest lap times right now is Jimmy Johnson in the 48 car. He is putting down some tremendously fast laps.
He's gained 8 positions since the restart. We continue under green. Just one brief caution flag for Clint Boyer, but the wall has taken its toll in Phoenix as Casey Kane takes the Farmers Insurance Chevy to the garage. Kevin Harvick leading Regan Smith. Let's take an inside look at what's happening in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, brought to you by Sprint. We'll look at the fastest lap time and the lap leaders. Get unlimited access to the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series with live in-car audio and real-time stats. Only on the Sprint Network, the only national carrier with truly unlimited data. Learn more at sprint.com/speed. Kevin Harvick's now led 22 laps. Tony Stewart led 9, Jimmy Johnson 6, and Mark Martin 1.
Kevin Harvick dominated the race here yesterday, but didn't win it. So sitting out there leading a lot of laps makes you feel good. Gotta capitalize on it.
Regan Smith 1.8 back in second. Denny Hamlin 2.5 back in third.
This guy right here, all weekend long down at Daytona, every race, Regan Smith, 78 car, Furniture Row, always up front. And here he is. He qualified good, running up front again today.
And why is that surprising? It's a single car team. It doesn't race out of the greater Charlotte area. Regan Smith is not one of the big established big stars of this sport, but soon he might be.
They're in Denver, Colorado.
Third place, Jimmy Johnson has caught Denny Hamlin. Remember, Johnson restarted 14th and has worked his way quickly through the field.
Well, I think that goes to show you how good of a race car Jimmie Johnson has. We know he was one of the drivers that came to pit road on that last caution.